Imagination and creativity, I think it starts out curious. We as children have two amazing gifts that are given to us: curiosity and imagination. And there's that curiosity that is just such an amazing gift, tool, resource to find out things about life. Without curiosity, we never ask the question. Without curiosity, we never push ourselves to see what's around the corner. Curiosity got me into a lot of trouble as a kid. Curiosity killed the cat. I can remember so many things that I did because I was curious, but it got me into trouble. In fact, I remember things that my dad said, "Don't do that," but I was so curious about it that I went ahead and did it, and then caused some things, even some major costly things, to happen on the family farm because I was curious about what would happen if I did do that, or I went there, or I would do something. Curiosity is an amazing tool to explore, learn. Can also put you in spots that aren't so great. I love that curiosity was given to me in leaps and bounds as a kid. My dad said to me, "Randy, never stop being curious, because be curious like a child. That's where you learn, that's where you explore, that's where you find out things in life and they fit within the being of you because of curiosity." And then that just takes you into your imagination, because as a child we have this other amazing gift, which is the imagination. And I think there's so many things that we can learn as a child that we should be implementing into our businesses. Imagine all the childlike things that you learned that you have forgotten about, that you don't do today, that if you incorporated into business today, it would be the true, authentic self of who you are. As children, sky was the limit. Your imagination was so open. There was nothing negative in your imagination, but today there still isn't. But yet we pull in all the past. We bring in all our memories, positive but also negative memories, and then we try and build our future with that, which is really the imagination. Like, our future is really whatever we want it to be. Like, our imagination is limitless, yet we limit it because we bring in all the negativity of the past, what's happened to us in the past. But yet imagination is anything we want to make it. How do you protect your imagination? It's actually an oxymoron, because the imagination was never intended to be protected. Think about that. Your imagination has no guardrails, has no limits, yet we want to protect it. Makes no sense. Those two words can't go together. Protection of the imagination, they don't fit, because the imagination is anything we want to make. What we're doing when we bring the word protect is we're actually giving our past the ability to sabotage our imagination. We should never protect our imagination, because protection has no right on our imagination, no liberty on our imagination. Living their best life is first self-love. I think you really need to know who you are, love who you are, for all the rights or wrong. We all have a lot of shit in our lives. We've all been through stuff. We've had things that have hurt us, things that have made us jump for joy, but we have to know who we are and love the self within us for all its good and bad. And when we can embrace that, then we can really be open to loving others. So we got to first love ourselves before we can really understand and love others. And when we love others, we're open to helping. So I think that's first and foremost. Know who you are, love who you are is really, really important. And I'm going to keep going back. When we were children, we really had no concept of people profiling us, telling us who we are, what we are. We were just the most exciting thing that walked the earth. Everything was exciting, new, refreshing. We learned from everything that we saw. We were curious about that. And we could be anything we wanted to be when we were young. And then things start changing. Even our friends in elementary school, in junior high, especially junior high, in high school, really start telling us who we are, or who they think we are, but it really wasn't who we are. But we allowed them to basically start telling us and profiling us and putting us in boxes. And that's where then we start wanting to protect our imagination, so to speak. We want to turn down our curiosity, because curiosity could get us into places that may hurt us at times. Our imagination isn't getting fulfilled, which then we feel we're maybe not who we want to be, because we're allowing the negativity of our memory to flood the joy of our imagination in a terrible way. So some action steps for you today would be to find some quiet time. I mean, so much is coming at you on a daily basis. You got to find some time to really dig deep, learn who you are. And that might be a 30-minute walk down the beach. That might be 30 minutes just sitting in your room quietly quietly, maybe even looking in the mirror into your own eyes and just asking yourself, who is that person in the mirror? Because so much is coming at you that you never really reflect on who you are, what you're doing, and where you want to go. So I'd encourage you, put some time aside for you, 30 minutes, whatever it may be doing, where it's just you. No social media, no television, no people, no noise, and find yourself. Be vulnerable to yourself. Self-induced vulnerability is so important. And if you can do that for yourself first, do it for yourself first, but eventually you'll be able to do it in front of others. And self-induced vulnerability will allow you to grow beyond anything that you've ever expected of yourself. Because when you're vulnerable, you grow. When you're vulnerable, you love yourself. When you're vulnerable, opportunities come your way. This is Randy. I hope you can do this today.